Hello and welcome back to the Golf Ireland podcast. I'm Stephen Murphy, your co-host, along here with Valerie Wheeler, my other co-host. We are very, very happy to be back here. Another episode of the Golf Ireland pod. As always, we have a great guest coming up. But first of all, I'll check in with Valerie. Valerie, how are you?
Good, yeah, flying and not a bother. How are you, Stephen? How's the golf? Did you get out much over the week?
I played 9 holes on Saturday morning, and then I went Sunday evening. Sunday was dry here in Galway all day. I was checking. I was like, I might sneak out for a few holes in the evening time. I had nothing really planned, and as soon as I got to the golf course, it started to absolutely lash rain. I got soaked for about an hour and a half, but it was good. I like an out Sunday evening kind of stroll around the golf course. It's nice. It's not too busy. It can be very pleasant when the weather cooperates, but yeah, trying to get out a bit more. Hopefully, play this weekend as well. But how about you, Valerie? Any golf? I know you're still injured, so is that stopping the golf a little bit?
Yeah, the boot is putting a stop to all forms of exercise, which is a shame because it's nice to get out and about if whatever about getting in shape, but for the head it does wonders. But no, I spent my week, I suppose, sad over the fact that I was probably the only person in Ireland that didn't go see Taylor Swift. Well, you as well, but she
Correct.
just took over. To be honest, we can't. She's been on every other media forum in the country and podcast and radio show, so we can't forget her on the Golf Ireland pod. To be honest, Stephen.
Maybe, yeah, we could try and get her on. I don't know how avid of a golfer she is. I don't think she's much time to do anything other than all these amazing shows. Yeah, look, I enjoy a lot of her songs. I wouldn't call myself a fan of Taylor Swift, but you have to respect they were like 2.5 hour, 3 hour shows, and she does them, back to back nights, different countries, different cities. That's got to be tiring after a while. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
very impressive.
probably tiring, but when she sees that she's a billionaire in her bank, I don't know, it'll be too tiring. To be honest, I know if I saw those figures in my band, my bank, I'd probably be up there singing every night as well.
Yeah, I'd probably log into my mobile bank app once
Yeah,
every hour and just check balance would be
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
But
yeah. Quick
yeah,
balance.
quick check. Yeah, yeah, crazy weekend in Dublin. We had Taylor Swift. We had the Pride parade was also in the weekend. We had plenty of GAA. The Dubs got beaten by Galway, which in my part of the world here was big news. So yeah, very very busy weekend if you're anywhere around the Dublin area, and we've more GA coming this weekend, Valerie, which I'm sure you're very keen on.
Yes. No, it's all I seem to talk about. There's only a few weeks left in it, which is obviously crazy to say. But this weekend we've Camogie quarterfinals in Croke Park and they're double headers with the hurling. So two big days, two big games. We've Kilkenny and Clare on Saturday in the hurling. And then on Sunday we have the Rebels, Cork and Limerick. So can Cork stop Limerick in their tracks for the five in a row? It'll be so interesting. I'm very excited. I'm very giddy and I'll be at Croker on both days, which is great. Which is great.
Give us your predictions, and Valerie, come on, put your name on
Ooh.
the line here. Who do you think's
Um,
gonna come true?
okay, I think Clare might beat Kilkenny on Saturday. And I'm gonna say Cork will beat Limerick on Sunday.
Is
And
that
it'll
your
be
your heart or your head?
yeah, my heart is like, come on. No, to be honest, I'm giving them a good chance. I'm like, come on now, Cork, this is time to show us what you're made of. Like it's now or never. So I would love if it was a Cork Clare final and then Cork beat Clare and did what they did to us back in 2013, which would be fabulous. So um
Nice. Not that you're
yeah.
keeping receipts or anything like that
So,
from 11 years ago.
yeah, the pain never leaves you. The
I
pain never
know.
goes. But look, it's an
Yeah.
exciting weekend, and we have an exciting guest on the podcast this week.
We do indeed. We have Melanie Green, who has a very good weekend. Melanie won the Women's Amateur Championship at Portmarnock, adding her name to a long list of incredible champions. First American winner in 28 years, I think could be wrong. I think it's 28 years. So
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
we were
Yeah.
delighted to have Melanie join us. We had a great conversation with her, and we'll actually throw to that conversation now. So enjoy our chat with Melanie Green.
So this week on the Golf Ireland podcast, we're very excited and delighted to be joined by Melanie Green. Melanie, welcome to the Golf Ireland pod.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You are after a lovely week. I mean, has it hit home yet that you won the Women's Amateur Championship yet?
Slowly but surely it is hitting. Correct.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm just trying to kind of take advantage of all the things that come with winning and while also trying to stay present. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the camera here, but yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to stay present as much as I can, because I still got some, this is gonna be rough if it does this the whole time. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay present for the third time, because I am in Lahinch representing the USA in the Palmer Cup. So and then I'll head over to France to play the Evian. So still just trying to play golf and manage all this stuff at the same time. So doing my best.
Yeah, it's great. We'll talk about the Arnold Palmer Cup now in a few minutes, but let's focus more on your incredible win. As you said, the best thing about golf, it doesn't even give you a chance for you to celebrate. You're straight back into another incredible tournament, which we'll get to. But you played obviously at the Women's Amateur Championship at Portmarnock. What was your thoughts on the course? I'm assuming that was the first time you had experienced it. It's obviously an incredible course in Ireland in terms of its history and its reputation. What was your kind of thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, the golf course is great. The superintendent and its staff did a fabulous job of making sure that the golf course was in great shape for us. The greens were rolling literally perfectly. And the fairways were awesome, and the rough, unfortunately, I was in it a few times, but it was, I ended up to have some decent lies, some not so decent lies. But yeah, no, the golf course was in great shape, and the staff there treated me like you couldn't believe. So yeah, super fortunate for honestly the entire experience. But yeah, Portmarnock was a dream to play. Hope to be back soon with the 5-year membership, the honorary membership that they gave me. So my dad is actually going to play there tomorrow morning, so should be fun for him.
That's so nice. I think what impressed us the most, and I'm not sure, is many people aware unless they've heard you or seen some of your interviews afterwards. But you won and you played with no caddy. I mean, how was that for you? And I suppose tell us a bit about having no caddy and bringing your own bag around for playing golf.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wasn't the end of the world for me. Noticed that it got a lot of attention. But I mean, there was a lot of people that were caddy less. I might have been one of the very small handful that was lugging their bag around on their shoulders, but yeah, no, it was fine. I played most of my junior golf career just with the bag on my shoulders, and then I guess I pushed, sorry, my last year of junior golf, and then my first 2.5-ish years of college, and then my last year and a half of college, I started to just carry again. So it's actually very normal for me. I considered getting a caddy for the practice round, but then I didn't, because I was just like, you know what, it's not really gonna do too much. There was a caddy that was in the practice round group, so I was like, if I have any questions, I'll pick his brain. But the golf course was more or less in front of you, and I also had a book, which was very helpful too. So yeah, there isn't much behind the thought of just carrying it, other than it's just something I'm used to.
Yeah, you not even the plotting around the course, as you said, the practice rounds, and you have the kind of the green books and the plotting of the course. But as what tends to happen in Ireland, it absolutely lashed rain for a lot of the tournament. Keeping your clubs dry, keeping your glove dry, all that kind of hassle of stuff, which is normally what a caddy will take care of for you. How annoying was that for you? I know you grew up in New York, so it's not always sunshine and rainbows in New York. It does experience bad weather as well, like Ireland here. But is that something you're used to? Do you have a nice system in place for that, or was it just kind of just get on with it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so because we dealt with the same kind of weather the entire tournament, it was very easy to get into a bit of a routine. And I mean, keeping the glove dry, I mean, rain wasn't much of a problem until towards the end of the week. And at that point, I mean, the last day I had my umbrella open, basically the whole day, and luckily the wind wasn't too bad. But yeah, no, it wasn't that big of a problem. I was using rain glove, and I had luckily, again, Portmarnock staff, they were swapping towels with me every, however many holes I needed. So yeah, honestly, keeping everything dry wasn't really a problem. My feet were wet the majority of the day. But other than that, like my clubs and everything was fine. They took care of me.
Stephen, we must be fierce soft that we need a caddy and that Melanie can go out and do it on her own and win such an amazing championship. Melanie, for you, did you realize the extent of how important the win was and what was to come after it?
So because that was my first time playing in it, I didn't know much about the tournament. I didn't know much about the history. I knew that it was a fabulous event. And it's similarities to the USAM. I mean, we kind of stole that tradition. It's not like the USAM was first, but but yeah, so I've played in the USAM a few times. And then coming over, and it's the same format and stuff like that, but yeah, I didn't I had an idea, but to answer your question, with like the exemptions and stuff like that and kind of what was going on, if I wanted whatever, I didn't really think of it too much. I was very, very present the entire time. I felt like I did a really good job of just strictly staying in the moment. It has its pros and cons because a lot of the tournament I had my head down, so I didn't get to kind of experience the fact that there was a lot of fans there. Obviously I heard them, and every once in a while I'd catch them in the corner of my eyes or whatever. So that's really cool. But yeah, no, other than to answer your question, no, I didn't have too much knowledge. I was strictly just going there to try to play the best golf that I could play.
Do you think that in a way helps you a little bit, Melanie? Because again, you said you weren't quite sure of the benefits, which are you get a spot in the next two majors on the LPGA, which is the Evian Championship and the AIG Women's Open. Also, next year you get into the Chevron Championship and the US Women's Open, which I'm sure for you is going to be just incredible. Plus, as you said, the 5-year kind of membership, all the pros and cons that come on a win. Do you think if you knew all that, would it have been a bit more kind of hard to focus and, as you said, just kind of keep your head down?
Yeah, I'm sure. The more things that you add to a plate, whether they're good or bad, they're definitely pressures, whether or not they help you or hurt you. I don't know if knowing all of that would have necessarily hurt me. Just because how much I just tried to stay in the present moment. I relied a lot on my faith to kind of get me through the week. And so yeah, I'm not really sure. I wasn't worried about it because, quite frankly, there's nothing that you could have said to me that was going to change kind of how I was viewing the tournament. There was a few, in the media, they try to get these kind of things from you and all that stuff. And I kind of was like, what, ask me at the end if I win, how I'm feeling. I'll tell you then. But as of right now, I'm not trying to think of it.
Look, it was a fabulous win, and it's really nice to chat to you. And I know you've a busy week as well, but also it must mean a lot that like you are the first American to win it in 28 years, which is a massive achievement. And for you alone to be able to take that status home with you is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have that. I think I'm one of 10 Americans to win it. So yeah, that means an incredible deal to me. I love the United States. I love America. So yeah, to have that, that's probably one of the, there's a lot of really cool things that come with winning this event, but that is one of the really cool ones for me that I'll hold on to for sure.
Before we move on to the Arnold Palmer Cup, let's actually talk about that final match, which was an absolute ding-dong battle between yourself and McClimate. You were 4 down after 8 holes. You were 1 down then, going on to the 16th tee. You birdied that hole. You go on and drain a 20-foot putt on the 18th then to seal the victory. Even talking to you now, your mental strength seems to be one of your biggest assets. Talk to me about, are you practicing that a lot? Is that just something you've always had? Is that something you've had to work very hard on? You know, you seem, for especially for someone so young, your mental strength seems to be very, very impressive.
Oh, well, thank you, first and foremost. But yeah, I think I'll just go back to the fact that I was able to rely on my faith and just stay really, really present. As you said, Lorna put on a, you know, fantastic round of golf and a fantastic match. You know, being 4 down after 8, you know, I did rely on what happened in my previous matches to kind of get me through. I was like, you know what, it's not like I'm playing bad. Lorna had, you know, a few good holes in the beginning. She made a few birdies, and then, you know, I messed up a few times, a little bit. The golf course was playing a little bit differently than it was. The wind was the complete opposite, I thought, than it was earlier in the week. But not to take away from how Lorna played, but yeah. And so I just kind of stayed in the moment and was just telling myself, like, look, like pars are more often than not going to get the job done. Don't need to force anything in particular. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've worked on mental stuff for, you know, throughout the 4 years that I was in college. I had a really good sports psychologist there that I took advantage of when I was there. I still call him every once in a while and pick his brain. Probably should more than I do, but yeah. Thank you for the compliment. Probably needs to improve a little bit. But yeah.
You mentioned, did you say your dad is playing Portmarnock tomorrow? Is it, did you say, do you have your family over with you?
Yeah, my parents flew in this morning actually, and along with a family friend that my dad used to work with way back years ago. But yeah, he came over, and they're both of their names are Rons. So both of the Rons are over at Portmarnock playing with the director of tournament golf over at Portmarnock, Niall Rock. He took great care of me over the week. So I asked him, I was like, can my parents or can my dad get out? And he's like, yeah, sounds good. Perfect. I'll get him a tea time, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to play with him too. So I was like, perfect. Sounds good. Like Niall was telling me, he's like, yeah, so I'm going to tell him, you know, everywhere where you were in the roughs and stuff like that. And I was like, perfect. Thanks, Niall. Appreciate it. So yeah, they're over there. They're over there now. Or no, I'm sorry. They'll be over there tomorrow morning.
Fab. It's nice to have the family around. Are they sticking around for this weekend? Are they coming to see you in action?
Yeah. Their original plan was to come watch the Palmer Cup, and the golf was a byproduct, I guess.
I'm sure when you getting the win was a huge bonus for them, which is brilliant. We mentioned already the Arnold Palmer Cup, which is this weekend at Lahinch Golf Club. You are there representing Team USA against Team Europe. You're currently rocking a sick Arnold Palmer Cup Nike top that looks incredibly cool. I want one immediately. But yeah, talk to me about how excited you are for this. Again, you're playing another iconic links course this weekend with Lahinch. You're being spoiled with the golf courses you're playing the last 2 weeks, but it's team golf, something you were very familiar with in terms of your college days. How excited are you for this?
I'm super excited. You know, the only opportunity that you get to play, you know, and represent your country as a junior was the Junior Ryder Cup, which obviously, you know, everybody wants to play on the Junior Ryder Cup and represent your country, right? But you know, wasn't able to make that. And then honestly, after not making that, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait till the Solheim Cup. You know, I was like, well, I gotta make it to tour so I can get onto that cup. I actually didn't know much about the Palmer Cup until probably my sophomore year. Just because, you know, just getting into college, you're not really sure what the heck's going on. Coaches take you to different golf courses, you try to play your best, and that's it, right? But yeah, no, I was able to get on the list last year, my junior year. Missed it by a little, and then was fortunate enough to get on the team this year. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I don't know exactly what to expect per se, because you are playing with the guys and stuff, which isn't something that you're going to do in college. So yeah, this should just be a fantastic week. I'm excited. Hope we get the dub, because that would be even more exciting. But yeah, so super pumped to kind of just experience it all.
Has the team said anything to you now about having high expectations from you, Melanie, after your big win, or are they letting you alone?
I haven't gotten any of that. Honestly, we have the entire team hasn't quite got together yet. I think there was 40 people coming in tonight, or I guess today. So everybody's not even here yet. So they're actually out to dinner right now. And yeah, I've really only been with I guess 4, 5, 6 American girls. So yeah, I actually, when I was walking back to my room, I saw the Fords going up to their room with their luggages and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I haven't seen anybody. I doubt that there's going to be any pressures like that. There are expectations to go out and play well, and but yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. But I think we're all just looking to go have fun and go play well.
Absolutely. It'll be a very exciting weekend. I know everyone who's going to be in attendance, I can't wait to see two incredible sets of golfers tee it up at such an iconic golf course. Melanie, we will leave you there. Thank you so much for coming on, especially after your big weekend last weekend. We appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend. Maybe not too much luck, obviously, because Team Europe, we are representing Team Europe, of course. But yeah, best
It's
of luck.
internationals. It's not Europe, but I hear you.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Yeah, apologies.
No problem.
I
There's
got
gonna
to
there's
write
a
a
few
couple
South
in
Africans
mind.
on the team, so
It'll be great. So best of luck, enjoy it, and thank you again for coming on the Golf Ireland pod.
appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Melanie. Have a fab weekend in Lahinch, all right?
Appreciate it.
It is now time for some news updates. We'll start in the professional game, and we'll start with the DP World Tour. Tom McKibbin narrowly missed out on a second DP World Tour title, losing a playoff to Marcel Siem at the Italian Open. He does, though, have the consolation of securing a qualifying spot for the upcoming Open Championship at Royal Troon. His strong performance has also seen McKibbin break into the top 100 on the world golf rankings for the first time in his career. So even though disappointed with the defeat, I'm sure Tom is delighted with qualifying for the Open and now being in the top 100. So brilliant stuff from Tom. On the Ladies European Tour, it was a tied third finish for Lauren Walsh at the Swiss Ladies Open. After playing the opening 6 holes of her opening round and 4 over par in Switzerland, Lauren most likely wasn't thinking that 2 days later she would be in with a chance for her maiden victory. A sparkling 64 in round 3 certainly put her in position. And save for an eagle birdie finish from the eventual winner, Alice Hewson, it was nearly the dream week. More significant progress from Lauren, who now moves into the top 20 on the order of merit and moves on to the Aramco Team Series at the Centurion Club in London this week. So brilliant stuff from Lauren. On the PGA Tour this week, it is the John Deere Classic, and we have Seamus Power, the lone Irish player, in action this week. So best of luck to Seamus. On the Challenge Tour, Conor Purcell continued his good progress and currently sits just outside the all-important top 20 on the road to Mallorca. His 16th place finish at Le Vedril was his 16th event of the season. Challenge Tour resumes in Austria the same week as the Open Championship on July 18th, so keep an eye out there. And well done to Conor. On the Alps Tour, there was a tied 16th place finish for Robert Moran in Spain, and Paul McBride finishing tied 40th, so well done there to both. On the PGA Tour Americas, Paul Conroy made his second professional start and played his way to a tied 18th finish at the ATB Classic, so well done to Paul there. Okay, we'll move on to the amateur news. There's a bumper section here, so stay with me. I want to talk about Golf Ireland's newest initiative, which is the Golf Like Me initiative. Golf Ireland is delighted to announce our new hashtag Golf Like Me initiative. The hashtag Golf Like Me is a campaign to help increase the visibility and representation of golfers from all backgrounds and walks of life across Golf Ireland's communication channels, with a particular focus on Golf Ireland's social media profiles. The objective is to diversify this space and provide people with the platform to tell the many wonderful stories of how they make golf work in their everyday lives. Golf Ireland are particularly interested in voices currently underrepresented in the game. those from the LGBTQIA plus community, and people from the minority, diverse ethnic backgrounds, young people, women and girls, people with disabilities, and those from disadvantaged socio-economic backgrounds. For more information on how to apply for Golf Like Me initiative, be sure to visit the Golf Ireland website. Which is brilliant. Now moving on to open qualifying, Galway golfer Liam Nolan has booked his place at the 152nd Open Championship, playing final qualifying at Dundonald Golf Links in Scotland. The Irish international carded an opening round 69 before holding an all-important par putt on 18 in round 2 to card a 70 and an overall tied second finish, taking one of the 4 spots on offer. So very, very exciting for Liam, and well done to him. The RNA Amateur Championships, following on from her first 4-shot victory in Woodbrook at the Flowgas Irish Women Amateur Open Championship, Anna Foster carried her fine form into the RNA Women's Amateur, playing her way to a quarter-final finish at a windy Portmarnock. The Elm Park golfer, brilliant stuff there from the Elm Park golfer, continuing fine form. Max Kennedy, who finished runner-up in the European Amateur last weekend, also impressed in the RNA Amateur Championship. He played his way into the last 32, finishing the best of the Irish in Ballyliffin. On the European Team Championships, 4 teams have been selected to represent Ireland in the EGA, the European Team Championships, taking place between the 9th and 13th of July. The 4 championships take place are the European Amateur Team Championship, the European Ladies Team Championship, the European Boys Team Championship, and the European Girls Team Championship. Each event will involve 2 rounds of stroke play, qualifying with 5 of 6 scores count per team, with the top 8 teams going into match play for the overall championship. For the full list of players picked on the quartet of teams, visit the Golf Ireland website. The interprovincial team matches are taking place as well. They kicked off yesterday at the Slieve Russell in Cavan. The men's and women interprovincial teams have been announced, and the Leinster men boast a team consisting of West of Ireland champion Keith Egan, Munster champion Paul Coughlin, Connacht champion Jake Whelan, alongside returning players from the 2023 title winning team Evan Farrell and Owen Murphy. Judith Allen, Kate Dwyer, Amy Kelly, and Amy O'Donnell make their return to the title-winning Ulster side. The 2023 Bridgestone Order of Merit David Shield and the informed David Kitt make the Connacht men's side looking for glory for the first time since 2021. And then finally, the Munster women's team come to this year's event with another strong lineup, including Aileen Walsh and Mairead Martin, and between them hold 4 of this season's Scratch Cups, with the men's side selecting Connacht runner-up David Howard and Peter O'Keefe among their 8. So that's very, very exciting. Keep an eye out for up-to-date results on the Golf Ireland social pages. The Irish Senior Women's Open Championship and Irish Senior Men's Amateur Close Championship take place in Lough Erne. Over 140 golfers made their way north to Lough Erne as the Irish Senior Women's Open Championship and Irish Senior Men's Amateur Close Championship got underway at Fermanagh Course yesterday morning. Keep an eye out, as I said, on website, Golf Ireland website and socials for all the latest at the Nick Fallow designed Parkland, the beautiful course down there at Lough Erne. Another Ulster Daisy Ferguson Trophy is up next. The Port Stewart pair of Mary Glover and Agatha Mullen are the 2024 Ulster Daisy Ferguson Trophy champions after a score of 42 points was enough to win out by the slightest of margins at Royal County Down Ladies Golf Club, which is brilliant. And then finally, collecting 810 ranking points across her last 2 appearances, Anna Foster has moved up to 4th in the Bridgestone Order of Merit table, putting herself within 82 points of current leader Aileen Walsh. Max Kennedy's performance at the Amateur Championship, along with his runner-up finish at the East of Ireland Men's Amateur Open Championship in the June Bank Holiday weekend, has seen the University of Louisville alum rise to 8th in the men's rankings. Matthew McLean remains top of the standings as he holds on to his 246-point lead over Paul Coughlin. The Flowgas Irish Men's Amateur Open Champions lead will remain intact until at least the 28th of July after the South of Ireland tees up in Lahinch. And the next chance for the women to get points comes at the Hermitage Scratch Cup on the 20th of July. That wraps up, as I said, a bumper news section there. It's always a good sign when the news section is big. It means there's plenty of golf going on around, and we're right in the middle of the season. So it's always great to provide that. We'll wrap it up there for this week. Thank you as always for listening. We hope you appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed our chat this week with Melanie Green, and we will see you all again next week for another great episode. We will see you then.